What is going on, YouTube? That is me applauding all of you in the wonderful sports card investing, flipping, hobby collecting world for resisting the temptation and allowing Prizm 2020-2021 Panini Dutch auction first off the line to hit the floor. That's right. I didn't think it would go this low. I honestly didn't. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, earlier today, Panini ran their Dutch auction for Prizm first off the line basketball. For anyone not familiar, what that means is they start the price out. I believe it started at $4,500, and it drops in price every 5 minutes until it eventually hits the floor and sells out. In this case, the floor was $2,000. And it hit the floor. From all accounts, I was in and out of work meetings while this was running, so I was trying to keep an eye on it as best as I can. It got down to 2,100. It sounds like a lot of people bought at 2,100, and then I do know of a few people that got confirmed orders in at 2,000. And then after it being at 2,000 for a couple minutes, it's sold out. Now, a lot of conspiracy theory people will be in the comments saying, it didn't sell out, they pulled it. Whatever. Doesn't make a difference. It was no longer for sale. Whether they pulled it or it legitimately sold out, we will never know. My guess is it probably actually legitimately just sold out. Once it got to 2,100, people were probably buying like crazy. The interesting part here is that is $400 to $500 lower than what regular hobby boxes were pre-order selling for. Typically, these things end a few $100s above whatever the hobby pre-order is. That's usually a good rule of thumb that you can gauge on. So, my question is, and I have some theories why, but I'll be curious for your thoughts and feedback in the comments below. Why did this happen? I think it was a confluence of events. They got a little unlucky and some other stuff. So let's talk about the luck part. LaMelo got hurt 24 hours before this product released. He's the primary star of this product. That was just unlucky. If he doesn't get hurt, does this hit the floor? I honestly don't think so. Does it sell out at 3,500? No, it probably sells out between 3,000 and 2,500 would be my guess if LaMelo does not get hurt. I really think that injury hurt this a little bit. Other things going against it. I think we are all a lot smarter. This community got smart fast, and they could do simple math and figure out that at $2,000+ a box, plus PSA increased grading fees, plus this, that, and the other thing, long turnaround times on grading, increased fees on eBay, whatever. All the different little things, bunch of different little things, make this a lot more difficult to turn a profit on if you were like ripping to grade or whatever. Now, if you're buying to break it, it's a different story. But so I think that played a part. 2, they started or 3, I don't even, whatever number I'm on. They started this a lot higher than in years past, which I think was a massive mistake because, and I can already hear in the comments below, this rookie class is just okay. LaMelo is a very good player. I was wrong on LaMelo. LaMelo is not an NBA superstar, in my opinion. Is he a star? Maybe. We'll see. Good chance. Is he a superstar? I don't think so. Is Anthony Edwards an NBA superstar? I really don't think so. He's a fine NBA player. You're not building a championship winning team around Anthony Edwards. It doesn't appear that way anyway, unless he really gets it together. James Wiseman, big men aren't that sexy and don't usually typically do very well in the hobby. Tyrese Halliburton, very, very good NBA player, not an NBA superstar. So it has the draft class going against it, in my opinion. There's just not a lot of hype about this draft class. And you're coming off of 2 of the best, most loaded classes we've seen in a long time. And really, when you go back to 17-18 in hindsight, that class was pretty good too. 17-18 gave us Tatum and Mitchell. 18 and 19 gave us Luka and Trey. 19 and 20 gave us Zion and Ja, plus a host of other players that still hold pretty good value. This class, still too soon to say, but there's no one in this class, I don't think, that is good as Tatum or as good as Tatum and Mitchell are, let alone Luka and let alone Zion and Ja. You know, I'm sure people in the comments are going to argue this, that, or everything, but whatever. I mean, that's just the general market's opinion on this thing is that this rookie class has a lot of very good NBA players in it. Very good NBA players. But how many superstars does it have? What's LaMelo's? I talked about this earlier in the SCI Discord. What is LaMelo's best case scenario? In my opinion, it's Jason Kidd. That's like his best case scenario, which very, very good player. I think he even won an NBA MVP. How much are Jason Kidd's cards worth today? Do people care about Jason Kidd's cards? I don't really think so. I never really hear about him. Never shows up on any of my charts and graphs. So there's no one in this class, in my opinion, that is on a LeBron, Giannis, Luka, even a Tatum level. And no one that has the hype of like a Zion. So I think that hurt the product quite a bit too. And also, I think they were foolish pricing this at $4,500, and quite frankly, they got what they deserved with this dropping all the way to $2,000. I would be real skeptical if I was one of the sites that had pre-order boxes listed for $2,500 of non-first off the line. That would be some interesting side eyes today from your customer base. So we will see what happens with those products. But once again, I applaud everyone that was chasing this product, that allowed it to hit the floor by not going hog wild on this. So the next interesting point will be, does this shift the price of regular hobby boxes? Do we see pre-orders for those come down slightly? My guess is if this sells out at around $2,100, $2,000, that hobby boxes should probably be between $1,700 and $1,900. Retail, air quotes, retail boxes are probably going to be about $1,000 for the 32 count or 24 count, whatever they are. Boxes will probably be around $1,000 if I had to guess, which is an absolute joke. So we shall see. I don't know when it's hitting retail yet. Someone asked me that in the video I posted a couple of days ago. I have not seen when it is hitting retail, but it'll probably be very, very soon. Here's how you could usually tell. Keep an eye on the Facebook groups. Almost like clockwork, the targets in the Midwest usually have it a week before everybody else. I don't know what it is, but the targets around the Chicago area always seem to have the retail releases about a week before the rest of the world. So keep an eye on the various Facebook buy, sell, trade groups. Trust me, the second someone finds it, they're going to immediately brag about it in a Facebook group because that's just what you do in 2021. And if it's all in the Chicagoland area, expect it at your local store the following week, whatever that means for you, whatever hoops you have to jump through. But this is real. I mean, Prizm's the main event. Welcome to Thunderdome. Bring your battle axes and your whips and get ready to rock and roll. Strap on your leather and get ready to fight it out, because 2 shall enter and 1 shall leave when it comes to getting Prizm. It's going to be the Wild West out there. It is now for freaking Hoops NBA. And now we're talking Prizm basketball, the cream of the crop. You know, it's a good rip if you could get it at retail prices. You can get it at retail prices. You could do probably really well working the singles market on it for sure. At over $2,000 for a first off the line box, good freaking luck. Because you basically, in my opinion, you're probably going to have to hit a LaMelo or an Anthony Edwards, maybe a Halliburton, maybe a Wiseman. And then you better hope to God it came off the card cutter nice straight and on the narrow, and you can get a PSA 10 on centering or some other funky issue. Because if you can't, it's going to be really hard to make your money back. If you just hit like a base LaMelo, do we think? So right now, base Prizms are going for about $450, I think, 500. And Zion's like 650-ish for base Prizm. I could be a couple bucks off one way or the other on that. So what do we think a LaMelo PSA 10 base Prizm sells for? Now, obviously, initially, the first couple ones on eBay will go for a crap ton. And then over the course of a couple weeks, they'll level out. But so let's say these boxes, first off the line boxes, will probably ship at the end of the week. So you'll probably be seeing breaks maybe by this weekend, possibly early next week. So that's late March. Like, what do we think they are? What's a LaMelo base Prizm PSA 10 by like May 15th? You know, someone sends one in Super Express to get it graded right away. You know, maybe we even say June 1st, give it a little bit more time. Does it sell for more than a Ja or a Zion? In my opinion, it shouldn't. Initially, it will because people are stupid. And that's another thing. I mentioned this in the other video. I am not looking to chase any singles out of this day and date. You're an idiot if you are. Let this stuff play out. I mean, if you can find bargains on something, sure, go for it. But I'm going to let the prices play out and see what happens. If I think I see an intriguing rookie going for bargain basement prices, I will jump in. But there is no one in this class worth running out and buying immediately. There's going to be, don't forget, Prizm is printed into the ground now. The population count on Zion, PSA 10 Prizm is 16,000-ish. There's going to be a lot of Prizm printed. You are going to be able to find LaMelo Ball Prizm base and Prizm silvers, most likely, fairly easily. Prizm is the most liquid, most easily found card in existence. So don't be going crazy chasing singles of it. But anyway, so yeah, Prizm hits the floor. Like I said, I think there's a variety of reasons. It's an interesting temperature take on a lot of people think, you know, modern basketball prices are still kind of down. Some players are starting to creep up. And now you have this happen in the middle of the perception that modern NBA is struggling and the GOAT market's down. So is money starting to leave the card market a little bit? You know, people are diversifying into other things. There's the new tax code stuff coming. There's new fees every day from somewhere else. Everyone basically has their hand out trying to get a piece of the pie. Whereas before, we were the little kid that could, kind of under the radar, that everyone was always like, oh, look at the cute little card guys over there. Little did they know we were making tons of money. But now everyone's figured it out. And now everyone wants their taste. Everyone, you got to kick up like the Sopranos. So, yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting. I was both surprised and not surprised that it hit the floor. I honestly did not think, if I would have had to bet right before, I would have said around 2,500 to 3,000 would have been the end point. If I was looking to buy when it hit 2,500, I probably would have started buying. If I was looking to buy, it wasn't, obviously. Once again, breakers will probably do pretty well on this, and you'll probably do okay if you get first off the line boxes and you just sit on them for a year and then sell them. Wax usually always wins in the long run, but we'll see. This is the first class we've had that is just fine since the hobby exploded. You know, the Luka Trey class made it explode, and then that was followed up by the Zion hype machine with Ja Morant, and then, you know, you had Tyler Hero and a few other players break out of that class. This is the first set that's come out since the card boom that's just been, they're fine. LaMelo's good. He's good. Yeah. Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man, he's got a cool nickname. He dunks real nice. Puts on some highlights here and there. James Wiseman, he barely plays for the Warriors. You know, Halliburton looks pretty good, but like, he's not Ja Morant, in my opinion. So, like I said, we will see how this all shakes out. But just very interesting that this hit the floor. This is the first NBA product in a while that I remember hitting the floor in a really long time. So the next big one will be select football, probably, I think. And then basketball wise, it should be Optic. And there'll be a first off the line for that and all that jazz. Usually Optic comes out about a month or two after Prizm. So Optic will probably hit late April, early May would be my guess. Usually it's about a month or two after Prizm hits. So we'll see, but things might get weird. I feel like they're going to get weird because they're going to have to start cranking out product because otherwise you're going to run into next season, kind of like they did this year. And I have to imagine they want to get back on schedule with Prizm coming out in like November/December. Typically Prizm comes out around Thanksgiving-ish, early December, not in March/April. So I have a feeling they would like to get back on schedule as soon as possible. So that part will be a little weird too. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions down below. But yeah, I think I forgot to say at the beginning, like, comment, sub, all the YouTube stuff. But once again, good on you guys. Good job. Good job. That's it. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.